Tommy Rupee back up. It'll be a stall warning on Rupee. And Mans will get another takedown up 4-1.
Yeah, I think actually they gave an escape point to Rupee, and it might not have been an escape because I don't think there's a lot of break between the two wrestlers, but that's what the referee called.
You were correct. It was the escape point. My apologies on that. Mans now looking for this fall. He gets it, Kamari Mans. Eagles perfect so far, up 24-0. Kamari Mans with the fall in 1:30.
Perfect with all falls in the first period thus far.
And moving very quickly right along, we'll go to 132 pounds. Here for the Eagles, it will be Joe Sandifer. Traditionally wrestles at 126 pounds, moving up to 132 for this match against Rocco Capuno for the Wildcats. Sandifer already secured the takedown, and he's up 4-0 here early, 20 seconds into the match. Wrestlers will reset back to the center. And now Ashland records a fall in that match over on mat number 2. It's 6-12. Finley is up in that one. And here on mat 1, Joe Sandifer on this cradle trying to get the fall is Joe Sandifer at 132 pounds. Let's see if he can continue this streak of first-round pins for the Eagles. Sandifer very close. The Wildcats wrestler doing a good job of trying to bridge out of this position thus far. Sandifer now will let go of that hold, and he'll be up 7-0 a minute into this match.
He's got that cross-face cradle again.
Sandifer doing a great job trying to work this cradle into a fall here for the Eagles. Eagles have been purely dominant thus far, up 24-0 against the Wildcats, and now Joe Sandifer adds to that, make it 30-0 Eagles. And for the Eagles, you got to think in the mind of head coach John Heffernan, very satisfied with how they've gone out here and gotten the job done thus far throughout this duel against the Wildcats.
Very aggressive. And Ryan Bennett out here now at 138 pounds.
Bennett, the Illinois commit, which is where he will go to wrestle after his senior year next year. His freshman year, a state champion. He'll try to redo that effort here in this 2022-23 campaign, and he's trying to get a pin. He does. Ryan Bennett in 22 seconds. The Eagles are high-paced, high-action early, and they'll now go up 36-0. And now we'll head on to 144 pounds for the Eagles. It will be Lucan O'Brien, and for the Wildcats, you will see Leo Fall. And O'Brien already trying to work that underhook on the left side into a takedown. Now he's working on this front headlock. O'Brien now with that front headlock going to try to get around to the back. And they'll go off the mat and reset back into the center 20 seconds into the match. And O'Brien took 6th place at the Carnahan Invitational in Indiana earlier this season. That was right before Christmas, and he's already got a takedown here 30 seconds into the first period.
Yeah, nice single leg shot, was able to come behind. Now he's on top.
And Lucan O'Brien now on top. The junior for the Eagles. Up 2-0 here early. And now he's trying to work that tilt, but the wrestlers will roll off the mat and go back to the center a minute into this first period. Lucan O'Brien on top, 2-0. in that Finley and Ashland match, very interesting. They're at 126 pounds right now, and the score is Ashland 2, Finley 3 in that match right now. And on your screen, you're seeing Lucan O'Brien hit that tilt, and he'll be awarded the back points in a moment. Once he breaks that grip, he'll get the back points.
He still has that bar in, still trying to make a turn here in the first period with about 30 seconds to go.
And he's going to try to run that bar across Lucan O'Brien, and so break that grip, and he will be awarded the 2 points. Lucan O'Brien up 4-0. Just 15 seconds left to go here in the first period. And I didn't think it'd take me till 144 pounds to say this, but we'll be seeing our second period of the day here between the Eagles and the Wildcats. It will be fall on top to begin the period. O'Brien immediately builds a base, and he gets the easy escape in 3 seconds. O'Brien now gonna work from distance as he shoots in on his double leg takedown, and Fall doing a good job of rolling through for the moment, but O'Brien just continues to work and gets that takedown. O'Brien on top here, 20 seconds into the second period. And O'Brien now trying to work that half on the far side. O'Brien now pushing that right arm of Fall behind the back.
He's got that hammer lock. It looks like he's trying to get a half Nelson going. And they're going to break it. Potentially dangerous.
And O'Brien, I believe the call on that, potentially dangerous. He brought the arm off the back, and so they'll reset back into the center here. Lucan O'Brien up 7-0. And now O'Brien in a good position to get this fall.
He does a great job with that wrist bar and the half Nelson, and he ran that right over off the start.
And this is exactly the same way we saw Bennett get the fall, I believe, and Lucan O'Brien now works it into a fall. Eagles go on top 42-0. That's 3 minutes, 15 seconds into that match. Lucan O'Brien gets it done for the Eagles. And he'll get a handshake there from head coach John Heffernan as he heads back behind the bench. And now we'll go on to 150 pounds. It'll be Bradley Eaton here for the Eagles. He'll be taking on Stephen Buca of the Wildcats. Eaton last year wrestled at 138 pounds and took 5th place in the state. He'll try to redo that here in this season as he's already in on that single leg. Now trying to work up to the body is Eaton. He's now on the back and drags Buca down to the mat. Bradley Eaton up 2-0 here early, 20 seconds into the match.
Right, and he's got that bar in, so we'll see if he can run that and get some back points.
And he will do exactly that. Bradley Eaton trying to get the fall. The Ignatius wrestler trying to bridge out of the position. And works now back belly down, but Eaton holds on to that bar and works it back, trying to work for the fall as Bradley Eaton. He's so close, and he gets it. Bradley Eaton, Eagles 48, Wildcats 0 here from the Eagles nets. Bradley Eaton getting it done in 53 seconds.
So Brad did a great job. He ran that bar once, went to the base, but stuck with the bar, took him over, and moved to a reverse half to secure the fall.
And
did a great job.
You see Eaton, even though he had secured the 3 back points, he felt that he had that bar in deep enough where he could secure the pin and continue with it, and did exactly so. And now we'll go right to 157 pounds. It'll be Aiden Peterson for the Eagles and Caden Basinski for the Wildcats. Peterson, the freshman for the Eagles, competed in the round of 32 in freestyle nationals over the summer. Peterson, a highly touted wrestler coming in to this Eagles squad, ranked 15th in the state at the moment. And both guys working at distance here early. Now they tie up. Peterson was trying to look for that single leg.
Over on mat 2, Finlay was able to increase their lead from 12-6 to 15-6.
And Aiden Peterson here for the Eagles gets the takedown, up 2-0 here. 49 seconds remain in the first period. Aiden Peterson on top. And now trying to work that bar across is Aiden Peterson. That's in deep, but he'll get the potentially dangerous call. Reset back to the center. And we've been mentioning that Finley and Ashland match. Important for the Eagles, because if the Eagles are able to win this match against the Wildcats, which they seemingly will do so, they'll face the winner of that Ashland and Finley match. And in mentioning that match, Ashland just secured the fall. And so it's 12-15. Finley is up at the moment. Aiden Peterson on your screen working on top to the end of that first period. Aiden Peterson up 2-0, and he'll go down here, and it will be Caden Basinski on top. And Peterson will quickly build a base. Basinski trying to grab onto that leg of Peterson.
Certainly Basinski's got to work up from that leg, or they'll be warning him from stalling since he is in the control position. And
instead of that, what would have been a stalling call, we actually get the potentially dangerous call, and so kind of bails Basinski out in that position.
So they get a fresh start.
And now Peterson hips higher than Basinski, and he'll work around to the back for the reversal. Aiden Peterson up 4-0 here, 30 seconds into the second period. Now Peterson has Basinski totally broken down, and he'll try to throw in that bar on the right side. And now trying to work that cross face is Aiden Peterson. Peterson also played for the football team and was a standout on that freshman team. Also a varsity gold wrestler here for the Eagles, trying to come through big for an Eagles team that's already up 48-0. 50 seconds remain here in the second period. Peterson trying to control the upper body of Basinski. Basinski doing a good job defensively thus far. Hasn't been able to work it into his own offense thus far, but doing a good job of not allowing Peterson to work these turns thus far.
Yeah, Peterson's moving from a bar to crossface cradle. Doesn't look like he's able to get his spiral ride in yet. He's got a very good spiral ride, but doing a good job riding on top.
Basinski doing a good job of not allowing Peterson to control these positions, and now Peterson looks like he's got a cradle in there, and he'll start getting the back points, and he'll get awarded 3 back points to end the second period. Peterson will go up 7-0 as we get ready for the third period of action between Aiden Peterson of the Eagles and Caden Basinski of the Wildcats. This is the first third period of the day. That just shows you how dominant the Eagles have been thus far. Peterson already in on a takedown, put him up 9-0. And Don, when you have a guy like Basinski on bottom who's been very sound defensively, what can Aiden Peterson do to try to secure this fall?
That's a tough one, Cody. I mean, he's tried all the different combinations he's had. He's tried his bar, he's tried his cross-face cradle, he's tried his spiral ride and his half Nelson. So, one of the things you try to do is keep wearing them down. Hopefully something opens up. Right now we just see the stalling warning on Basinski. So maybe that'll open something up where Aiden will be able to get one of his moves working. Looks like Basinski's trying to grab the leg and roll through there, but Peterson's just been dominant on top in countering all the moves. Just having a hard time getting his pinning combinations in.
And you kind of hope that this pressure from Peterson ultimately wears down Basinski and maybe secures him the fall in this match.
Yeah.
A minute remains here. Aiden Peterson up 9-0.
It looks like, Basinski was able to get a Peterson on Peterson, and looks like he scored a reversal and will probably get back points, and now he's trying to walk that over, potentially dangerous, and changes the makeup of the match a little bit now.
And he'll get 2 points for the reversal and then 2 back points awarded by the referee. Aiden Peterson now 9-4 as Basinski gets those 4 points there, his first points of the match on that big roll through and securing top position.
Yeah, it was a good move. He had tried it earlier before they had broke it, and Aiden just kept allowing him to reach back and grab that leg, so it was only a matter of time maybe before he was able to roll through on that.
And now Basinski down on the leg of Peterson, works back up to the body.
Yeah, and I've got to believe the referee's going to call stalling down here because he's just hanging on to the leg and he's in the control position, but maybe he'll let it go with 10 seconds.
And now Basinski on the single leg of Peterson, who's worked back up to the feet, and we'll get the stall warning on Basinski, and a point will be awarded to Aiden Peterson, and that will be the end of that match. Aiden Peterson taking the win, 10-4 for the Eagles. That's the first decision of this match. Eagles now go up 51-0 against the Wildcats. And now we'll head on to 165 pounds. That'll be Ty Miller for the Eagles. And it will be Joe Gus here for the Wildcats. Ty Miller had a big performance a couple of weeks ago against St. Paris Graham when he came through in a big match against Gunnar Cramblin.
And absolutely wrestled a great match and established himself as one of the top contenders at his weight class at 165.
And we already knew this kid was a solid wrestler, last year's state qualifier, but that really just showed the level that this kid possesses as he's now trying to work this fall. Ty Miller very close, and now securing the position is Miller.
Did a great job. Ran the bar as
and Ty Miller gets it for the Eagles. Walk us through that.
Yeah, as Gus tried to roll through, immediately switched to a reverse half Nelson, was able to keep him on his back and secure the fall once again in the first period.
38 seconds into the match, Ty Miller comes through for the Eagles. And at 175 pounds here, we will get a forfeit here for the Eagles, and they'll take that match. That'll put the Eagles up 63-0. And now we'll head on to 190 pounds where you will see Jarrell Miller for the Eagles. Miller normally at 175 pounds. He'll get the forfeit here in this match. And
it looks like they'll move Slaper up to 215.
And so with Zach Del Santer out, Baylon Wah also has not wrestled as of recent. And so they'll move Johnny Slaper up to 215 pounds for the Eagles. Del Santer out with seemingly a shoulder injury, and so we will get Johnny Slaper at 215 pounds here for the Eagles. Eagles up by a score of 69-0 as we head on to 215 pounds.
Over on mat 2, Ashland momentarily took a 16-15 lead, and it looks like Finlay in the next match was able to secure a fall, so they're up again 21-16 over Ashland.
A very close match between those teams. Both teams have multiple ranked wrestlers, and so a very interesting match. Whichever team the Eagles see, it will certainly be a fun one to bring to you later today. And as I mentioned there, the Eagles have secured this victory up 75-0 as it reads on the scoreboard. Johnny Slaper here at 215 pounds. He'll be taking on, I believe, Aaron Convery of the Wildcats. And a big double leg takedown from Slaper. And he's trying to work for a fall, but Convery able to belly out there. And Slaper will be up 2-0 here, 30 seconds into the first period. And wrestlers work off the mat, reset back into the center. Johnny Slaper last year had a good performance at the state tournament, taking 5th place in the state. Also took 3rd place at the Carnahan Invitational earlier this year in Indiana. Slaper, a very, very highly ranked wrestler in the state of Ohio. Slaper also plays for that football team, a linebacker, and a very good wrestler out here on the mats.
Yes, he's had a great career wrestling. Obviously football, starting linebacker on the state championship football team. Looks like he's got the opportunity to get a half Nelson here, and has it real tight.
And he gets it. Johnny Slaper putting the Eagles up 75-0 here against the Wildcats. Johnny Slaper moving up to 215 pounds and getting it done for the Eagles. Now we'll go to the heavyweights. It's Nate Gregory for the Eagles, and you will see Angelo Camargo for the Wildcats. Gregory for the Eagles finished that match against St. Paris Graham a couple of weeks ago, and just kind of got that bear hug takedown right into the fall. That was fun to watch from the booth.
Yeah, the other inside linebacker for the state championship football team, Nate Gregory. So Slaper and Gregory played beside each other on that football team.
Gregory, a smaller heavyweight, but has no problem handling these bigger guys up here at heavyweight.
Yeah, really good on the feet, can move kids around, great strength. Does a great job there of faking for one leg, going in under the other arm, and securing the takedown.
And Gregory, the strength seemingly not a problem on the feet, but I have seen throughout the season, sometimes with those bigger guys, it is a struggle to keep them down on the mats, as Camargo able to work back to the feet there.
Yeah, there is an obvious size difference when you look at the wrestlers. Gregory, though, very adept on his feet, moves very well. Just has to make sure he doesn't give the opposing wrestler a good angle where they can use their weight on him.
And Nate Gregory up 2-1 here. 45 seconds remain in the first period. Both wrestlers working at distance here. Now they'll break away once again, be at distance. Gregory has worked his offense very good against even these bigger wrestlers from that close distance, from in that clinch. We'll see if he does so here with 15 seconds remaining in the first period. And as you know, Don, heavyweights known to be not quite as active in these early stages of these matches, and so We'll head to this second period. 2-1, Nate Gregory.
Yeah, a little more pushing and pulling with these heavyweights. Not like watching 106-pound guys wrestle.
Certainly not, and Camargo gets the escape there. 2-2. A minute 45 remains here in the second period. And Nate Gregory now in on that single leg, and he'll drag Camargo down to the mat. 4-2, Nate Gregory. And Angelo Camargo able to get the escape there. 4-3 Gregory as they go back to the center of the mat. And this match seemingly just for morale kind of for both teams, as this match already locked up by the Eagles, up 75-0 against the Wildcats. Eagles have not lost a single match thus far. And if I know Coach John Heffernan, he'd like to keep it that way.
Absolutely. It's always good in a rivalry to be as dominant as you can be, and that's what the Eagles have done thus far.
And Gregory trying to go for that single leg, but now Camargo here on this front headlock. And now the wrestlers will go back to distance here. 35 seconds remain in the second period. And not the most active match, but Gregory able to secure the 2 takedowns, which has him ahead here early. And an ill-fated attempt from Camargo finds Nate Gregory on top here, and he'll try to ride out the period. 5 seconds left. And you'll see Nate Gregory on top to end the period. He's up 6-3, and he'll go on bottom to begin the third period.
So over on mat 2, Findlay has increased their lead over Ashland 26-16 and is currently winning the match 2-1. Shannon over DiPuccio. If I've pronounced that correctly. If I haven't, I apologize to the family.
And Nate Gregory here on mat 1 able to get the escape point, and it will be 7-3 here, Nate Gregory.
Gregory not wanting to make any mistakes.
And Gregory
moving and waiting to see if something opens up. Camargo took an ill-fated shot. I'm sure he's not anxious to try to take another shot at Gregory, because when he does, Gregory's able to go around him fairly easily, as he did that time once again.
And you saw Camargo trying to initiate that duck under takedown, and Gregory just easily stuffing it, them working around to the back there. A minute left in this third period here for Nate Gregory as he allows Camargo back to the feet. It's 9-4, Nate Gregory. And you kind of like to see this if you're head coach John Heffernan, Nate Gregory working for this major decision here late. 40 seconds left. Wrestlers now work back at distance. 30 seconds remain here for Nate Gregory. Eagles up 75-0. And Nate Gregory gets the takedown, and now will allow Camargo back to the feet, and he'll try to get a takedown here late to secure the major decision. And Gregory close on that takedown, and they'll work off the mat. Time will stop, and the wrestlers will go back to the center. 3 seconds left. And you gotta love to see that if you're the Eagles coaching staff. Nate Gregory going for it late in that match. Not quite able to get the major decision, but the Eagles will be perfect. 14 for 14 against the Wildcats. 78-0 Eagles. And of those 14 wins, 12 of them were pins for the Eagles. Don, walk us through that dominant performance.
really difficult to talk about it like that, Cody. But St. Ed's very aggressive, went out there. Whenever these two teams get together, they want to give it their all. Both wrestlers on both sides. St. Ed's just more dominant, was able to secure many falls early on in the match and continue their dominance over St. Ignatius as they have for a number of years.
And Don, as we head into this, what you're going to see later today, this district final, and then next week that state dual tournament, how do you feel about the Eagles having to move up Johnny Slaper up to 215 pounds? Obviously, we still have a week till that state dual tournament. We'll see if the lineup's any different, but how do you feel about that change in the lineup for the Eagles?
Well, that could be advantageous to the Eagles. They do have some depth in the upper weight classes. They've been able to move some wrestlers around to get some better matchups. I'm not sure how the state duels will go. Certainly in the quarterfinals, assuming the Eagles advance, that might work as an advantage. As we get to the semifinals or finals, if they're able to advance to those levels, which I believe they will be able to, they may not be able to move the lineups around so much because some of the other teams are very strong through the middle weights, and they will have to put their best matchups out there. So it's going to be good. As you said, Cody, the state tournament will be here for the duels. There will be eight teams qualifying, one from each of the districts. There's 7 other districts going on right now. And the 8 teams that qualify, the coaches will get together. They will, I believe they vote for the seeding. And once the seeding's set, we'll start wrestling the matches. Here, I think they wrestle 2 quarterfinal matches, followed by the other 2 quarterfinal matches. Then they go to the semifinals. And then they'll wrestle first and second, third and fourth. So should be very interesting wrestling next Saturday as it is today.
And with that, that'll be it here for the Eagles and the Wildcats. And I'll join Don Murphy in about 30 minutes, an hour, whenever this Ashland-Finley match is done, and the Eagles will take on the winner of that. Glad to join you. I'm Cody Wagner alongside Don Murphy. See ya in a little bit.
Looks like it might be.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.